Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Connie. So grab your cup of coffee and let's get chit-chatting today. So, how is everybody doing today? Um, I got up pretty early this morning. I got up about 6:30. I caught Barbara with Crochet Therapies live this morning, and I kind of lost track of time. So the last few minutes, I had to rush to get everything going to come live. Um, but that's basically how my morning's been going. I worked on getting some stuff together for this live, and then I started putting together some stuff for my shout out video because I will be doing a shout out video later today. So be on the lookout for that video coming. And then I'm also going to do a video about knitting needles today. So those are two videos that should be uploading sometime later today. But after this live, I still got to finish getting together the rest of the information for my shout out video. And if you're a content creator and you want a shout out on my next shout out video, let me know and I'd love to give you a shout out. Let's see, we have Samantha, Roberta, and Tara here. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? So it looks like we have I guess we can call it a therapy raid from over at Barbara's channel. And let's see, Samantha is working on a mosaic blanket. Nice. Yeah. I've been yesterday I was working on my socks, and today I plan to do my row on my temperature blanket and then hopefully get some more progress done on my socks. And we also have Deneen that joined us. Hi Deneen, how are you doing today and what are you currently working on? And Tara's working on a cardigan. Like normal seems to be my go-to. Yeah, my favorite thing to work on. Well, actually, I'm not going to answer that yet because that's a question I'm going to be asking everybody later in the live. So we'll get to find out my favorite things to make and everyone else's later on. Samantha, Barbara's channel is Crochet Therapy. She had come live with me on Monday, the Monday of this week. So you can get more familiar with her from that live. But Barbara's really awesome. You'll love Barbara. She was one of my first friends from the Yorny community on YouTube. I actually got to know her too from her Facebook group, which is also called Crochet Therapy. But there is two groups called Crochet Therapy. At least I know that because I'm in both of these groups. Her group is the one that capitalizes the C and capitalizes the T. The first letter of each word. But yeah, Barbara's awesome. She has some really good tutorials too. And let's see. Here, Roberta saying, come on over to Barbara's channel. They don't bite. Yeah. Barbara tends to, she has an early morning live. So I try to catch her live when I can. Okay. So I'm curious, are y'all drinking coffee this morning? And if so, what type of coffee you're drinking? And if you're not drinking coffee, let me know what you're drinking instead. I have my Starbucks, the breakfast blend, and I have the white mocha coffee creamer, and I have some stevia. That's how I'm taking my coffee this morning. And y'all probably already know I really love Starbucks coffee. That's my favorite coffee. Oh, I guess they don't bite over at Barbara's if you as long as you don't get your coffee. Or hold up. Or y'all bite when y'all don't have your coffee. I guess that's what y'all mean. And let's see, Amber's here. Hi, Amber. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And she says, yes, coffee. Yeah. And let us know what type of coffee you're drinking. And for those that aren't drinking coffee or don't drink coffee, let us know what you're drinking. And Tara says, I just finished a cup of chicken broth I made the other day. Nice. Samantha's not drinking anything right now. But yes, so let's see. Anita just joined us. Hi, Anita. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you taking your coffee today? Or what are you drinking if you're not drinking coffee? And I just so you know, I did get your emails. I saw I had, I think, about 5 emails from you in my inbox. So I haven't responded to my emails yet today. And I may not get to respond to them till tomorrow. Just depends on how busy I get with other things. Because I do have two, well, I'm technically going to be filming 3 videos today. I'm only going to be uploading 2. I'm going to be doing my shout out Thursday video. And, well, I don't know if I'm still going to call it shout out Thursday since I'm only doing it once a month now, but it's going to be my shout out video. And then I'm also going to be doing a video to do with knitting needles. And the other video I'm going to film but won't upload is my good friend Crystal, with Crystal the Yorny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. It's just about at 1K. So she's going to be doing a collaboration giveaway. And I'm going to be a part of it. So I'm going to be, filming that video today. And her collaboration giveaway videos are going to start coming out. I think it's the 13th that she's going to post her video, and then some of us will start posting ours that day. So be on the lookout for that giveaway. Y'all not going to want to miss it. And let's see. We have Daphne that joined us. Hi, Daphne. How are you doing today? What are you currently working on? And also, are you drinking coffee or are you drinking something else today? And if you're drinking coffee, let us know what type. Yeah. Uh-oh. Roberta says, I was a bit cranky when I had to go cold turkey. Uh-oh. And let's see. Anita's drinking instant coffee and working on a top for her granddaughter with devil yarn. Okay, you got my curiosity. What is devil yarn? Yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna do it, Roberta. I may do like just call it like March shout out video and go by the month name. I hadn't really thought about that yet, completely yet, what I'm gonna definitely call it, but I'm gonna have to decide before I upload the video today. Because it used to always be shout out Thursdays. And like I said, for those of y'all that do have channels, if y'all want me to shout y'all out on my next shout out video, let me know that. And like one thing too, like sometimes I try to take notice whenever somebody watches my channel if they have a channel themselves, but sometimes I don't always notice. And all of a sudden I'm like, I didn't know you had a channel. So like any of my viewers that want to shout out, let me know. Oh, and actually I need to start getting used to calling y'all my Yorny aliens, since that was the option that won the poll of what to call my viewers. So my Yorny aliens. I got to get in the habit of that. And another thing too, like this morning when I first got up, I totally forgot about this live this morning because I'm not in the habit yet. I think this is like the third or fourth time I've gone live in this time spot. But it was like I was going to start working on my shout out video, um the information I need for it. And then I'm like, hold a minute, I need to work on my live. I'm going live this morning. And let's see. Yeah, Mattis Tara. Okay, Samantha, I basically have 3 projects that I alternate during the week. Part of the week I work on my crochet, which is the Abigail shawl by Bonnie Bay Crochet that I'm working on. And then the other half of the week I work on my knitting project, which is a pair of knitted socks. And then every day of the week I work on my temperature blanket. I do 1 row a day. And Roberta says, I was a pot a day, then switched to energy. Hold up. I was a pot a day, then switched to something to do with energy. Doctor said I was a stroke ready to happen, so no soup for me. Aw. Sorry you had to give up your coffee. And Anita says, I'm using Lion Brand Starry Nights. It's so tiny, not used to that, but it is very pretty. I might have some of the Starry Nights. I'm trying to remember. I know I have like the one that has a little sequence in it. I think that may be the Starry Nights. And I know I have the Date Night yarn by Lion Brand. Oh, and Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. How are you doing today? What are you currently working on? And let us know how you take your coffee. And if you this morning, and if you're not drinking coffee, let us know what you're drinking. Roberta said, we distracted you in therapy. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, I need to go make my coffee. Oh, and I had to get, some of my settings down with my live. And as it is, my green screen's not doing the best today. But that's okay. Roberta says it was months ago giving up coffee and I'm still whining about it. Oh. Yeah, but we love our coffee. It's hard to give coffee up. I wouldn't want to have to give my coffee up. And for a while, when my allergist recommended not having caffeine, I did switch to decaf, but that didn't last long. Let's see, Laura Lee's here. How are you doing today, Laura Lee? And she's working on a shawl, her willow blanket, and her temperature blanket, and a knit shawl. And she's drinking black coffee. Awesome. Oh, it's summer nights? Okay. That yarn. Brenda is doing well. Coffee is Maxwell House Original with milk and sugar. Just finished the Lost in Time shawl. And you know what, Brenda? The other day, I think I accidentally stumbled across that Lost in Time shawl on Ravelry. I was like, I think this is the one that Brenda's been doing. And it looked a lot like it. So I'm pretty sure it was the same. Roberta saying, sign of a true addict. And Sharon's here. How are you doing today? And what are you working on? And how are you drinking your coffee today? And if you're not drinking coffee, let us know what you're drinking. Okay. So I'm going to ask y'all a few coffee trivia questions. And then after that, I have some Yorny questions for y'all. So that's what's on the agenda today. Okay. So the first question I have for y'all is Arabica varieties such as Java and Mocha are named after. And your choices are A, the plantations where they're grown, B, the coffee grower who developed that variety, C, their predominant flavorings, or D, their ports of origin. And again, the question is Arabica varieties such as Java and Mocha are named after. And your choices are A, the plantations where they're grown, B, the coffee grower who developed that variety, C, their predominant flavorings, or D, their ports of origin. Let's see what y'all think. Let's see. Sharon is working on a toddler dress to go with a matching doll dress for shoebox donations. That's awesome. So hold up. Tara had some fire damage. Okay. And Sharon says hot coffee creamer and sugar. Wait a minute. And I guess sugar flavoring, I guess. That's what you're saying. And let's see. Laura Lee and Anita and Tara are saying C, their predominant flavorings. And Laura Lee, hold up a minute. No. Okay, Samantha says their ports of origin. Okay. And Tara says, yes, I set my garage on fire. All is okay and nobody got hurt. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that happen. But I am glad that nobody got hurt and everything's okay. One time, Frank tried to set the garbage can on fire. He had barbecued, and I think he had dumped the coals in the garbage can before they completely cooled off. And next thing you know, the garbage can starts smoking. And you could tell like it was trying to start melting. So he hurried up and took the hose and put the the water in the garbage can to get it out. But we caught it soon enough that you just see like a slight like starting to melt on the garbage can, but nothing nothing major. Yeah, fire is super scary. One time when I had my first apartment, I was really into candles and I still love candles, but at that time I would light all my candles and I had a bunch of them. So I had lit some in my bathroom, like on the edge of my bathtub. And all of a sudden I'm hearing this noise. And I didn't know if it was maybe raining outside or if it was my cat making a noise. And good thing I went to investigate because the flame on one of my candles on the bathtub was starting to hit my plastic makeup caboodle, and you could see it starting to melt it. So I caught it in time, but that could have been dangerous if I would have just ignored the noise that I heard. Okay, and let's see. We have Candace that joined us. Hi, Candace. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you taking your coffee today, or are you drinking something else? And Roberta says, I'm one of those that can't start a fire to save my life, even by accident. I'd freeze if I had a survival situation. And let's see. Sharon says, I love candles, but we're in the apartment complex with smoke detectors, so I have to be careful. Yeah. See, now I prefer the torch that you use, the like the Scentsy warmers, those type of warmers, because you have no actual flame, but you still get the awesome goodness of the smell of a candle. Okay. So, let's see what the answer was on the trivia question. The answer was D, their ports of origin. And I think Samantha was the only one that got it right. Woohoo! Yeah, I think everyone else said C. But yes, it was D, their ports of origin. Okay, the next question I have for y'all is 16th century Muslim rulers banned coffee because of, and your choices are A, its stimulating effects, B, the gambling that took place in coffee houses, C, the black market that sprang up in the coffee trade, or D, I can't, sometimes I can't read my own handwriting. I think I put Sufi mystics who wanted coffee limited to spiritual ceremonies. Okay. And again, the question is 16th century Muslim rulers banned coffee because of, and your choices are A, its stimulating effects, B, the gambling that took place in the coffee houses, C, the black market that sprang up in the coffee trade, or D, I guess it's pronounced Sufi mystics who wanted coffee limited to spiritual ceremonies. And let's see, where did I leave off? I lost my place. Laura Lee says, I stored at many, many campfires, taught the grandkids how to. I used to take the grandkids out with a survival book and let them make shelters, etc. And really, those are really good things to teach children because you never know when you can get in some type of situation where you need those skills. Candace says, not working on anything at the current time. I love iced coffee. Nice. And Tara says, I'm not allowed to do scented candles. Matt doesn't like them. And like some people have issues with like the wax torch or the scented candles because I think some people it gives them like allergy problems and stuff like that. Like I think it dries them out. Roberta says all of the above. That wasn't an option though. Okay, Sharon's saying a stimulant. So is Matt. Okay. Anita and Laura Lee say the Sufi mystics who wanted coffee limited to spiritual ceremonies. And Roberta says that too. Samantha says the black market that sprang up from the coffee trade. And Candace says the Sufi mystics one too. So y'all liking the coffee trivia? Yeah, my coffee with Connie, I usually do about 2 or 3 coffee trivia questions just to go with the theme of coffee. Samantha, my favorite coffee is Starbucks. I tend to really love the flavored coffees, like the peppermint mocha, pumpkin spice, holiday blend, the fall blend. Um, I know I'm forgetting some of the other flavors that I like, but yeah, I love Starbucks. Sharon says, wow, telemarketer scams are getting inventive. Oh, yeah. It's like you cannot get away from telemarketers. And let's see. And Sharon said she just got a call that a MacBook was ordered on my Amazon. And be careful with those because like scammers will make things look so legit now. They'll say like, you know, stuff to do with an order on Amazon. Um they'll even try to say something like to do with, you know, your social security number, and they make it sound really legit. And so be careful with those things. And usually like if it's something with a link, it's not legit because, you know, they're trying to get you to click on a link so they can hack you or get, you know, or like get your information and stuff. Or if it's like a telephone call, more than likely at some point they're going to ask for payment information. And that's like the clearest red sign. It's a scam. Hey, Brenda thinks it's a stimulating effect. Anita says, as an asthmatic, a lot of scents bother me. Yep, exactly what Tara says. That's not good. It's a scam. Do not give them any info. And that's what they're, you know, at some point, they're going to want your account information. Ooh, this sounds yummy, Sharon. Girl Scout cookie peanut butter from Dunkin' Donuts. Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And usually if you get, you know, told that you won something and to text back to claim, they usually somehow want to charge you some type of fee, which is basically a way for them to get your credit card information. Thank you, Samantha. It kind of it kind of didn't do the best today. Um because like the lighting, I can see like little white streaks on the side of the coffee cup. But that's okay. Tara says I've been watching scammers get scam videos. Now, now Jack Vale, well, he does another type of video, but he has some where like he's dealing with like scammers on the phone, and I love how he does. He strings them along, and he just like gives them a really hard time. Like, you know, he makes it look like he's going to do what they want, but he finds little things like like can you explain that again to me, or things like that. And it's just like, you know, it's funny to see, like, you know, because you can tell the scammers are like, yes, we got him, you know. No, you don't. Yep. That's the best thing to do. Like when you get those, go to your you know, log in from another tab into your actual account. Don't click on the link they give you. You know, like with this one, go to Amazon, and you're going to find out there's nothing there because the email was a scam. And Anita says, I taught my grandkids shelter building too with the materials they find, and also teach them edible plants. And Sharon says, I laughed at them and said an order won't go through if there's no money in the account. That's a good one. Roberta says, I've often said I hope someone stole my identity so they can fix my credit first. And let's see. And Roberta says, have you seen the Porch Pirate Revenge where they put glitter bombs in the package? I hadn't seen those. Okay, Samantha, usually I stay live about an hour and a half. You know, every now and then I may cut it shorter to an hour or possibly go to 2 hours, but typically it's an hour and a half. Because, you know, sometimes on lives we lose track of time and we just keep on going. Tara says, love the glitter bomb ones. I saw one where they put a fort scent in it too. That's a good one. Oh, Vanitza's here, and Caitlin. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? And what type of coffee are y'all drinking today? And if y'all don't drink coffee, what are you drinking? And thank you, Vanitza. Yeah, I hot rolled my hair today. I put the curlers in it. Oh, we also have Joanne Dolan. How are you? How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you drinking your coffee? And if you're not drinking coffee today, what are you drinking? Okay, so we're caught up. And the answer to the last question I asked was A, it's stimulating effects. So my next trivia question for y'all is the country that drinks the most coffee is, and your choices are A, Finland, B, Sweden, C, Iceland, or D, Norway. And again, the question is the country that drinks the most coffee is A, Finland, B, Sweden, C, Iceland, or D, Norway. Let's see. Caitlin is doing good. She's working on some squares for a blanket and she's drinking sweet tea. Awesome. Yep, I have my Starbucks in my cup. Oh, and in case y'all don't know, yesterday I put out a new Crochet Tuesday video. So if y'all haven't watched it, go check it out. And I also did a new introduction video, and that video is more aimed for people that like stumble across my channel and they're checking me out. It, you know, so it kind of lets them know, you know, like a little about me and about my channel. And it's also good for those that are new to my channel that don't know some of the things mentioned in that video. But yeah, I did those two videos yesterday. Let's see. Oh, Lisa's here. Lisa the Grammy. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you taking your coffee today? Or are you drinking something else? Okay, let's see. Lisa says Sweden. Sharon saying Iceland. Roberta says Norway. And Vanitza says, don't ask. Still working on my queen size blanket. So I take it you must not be having a good day. Okay, Tara says D, which is Norway. Brenda says Finland. Tara said these questions are tough. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the trivia questions can be tough, but sometimes I have some easy ones in there. It just depends. And sometimes it just depends on the topic too, and how much you know about the topic that I do trivia on. But this is mostly just for fun, and you get to learn something new. Okay, Samantha says Norway. Caitlin says Finland. Lisa says she's not up yet. It's snowing still since last night. Ooh, brr. It's even cold here. Um, well, now it's starting to warm up some. Now it's 54, but it was in the 40s earlier this morning. Okay, Anita says Norway. Lisa saying that she wanted to sleep in, but the dogs had to go out. And Sharon says, I would have said Turkey if it was an option. Oh, poor Roberta. You could tell she's having major coffee withdrawals since she can't drink coffee no more. She says, apparently, I don't care where it comes from, who drink is it, or what flavor. I just want coffee. Okay, awesome, Brenda. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go save pictures of my Facebook group again for my videos. And for those that don't know, I have another finished projects video coming up on the 15th. Then I also have a favorite coffee mugs video that's coming up. Let me get my dates. I'd be lost without on the 12th. It's my favorite coffee mugs video. So y'all can take pictures of y'all coffee mugs and send them in. Then March 16th, I'm doing another pet video. And on the 19th, I'll be doing a live bingo. So, on my live. So, if y'all haven't submitted y'all numbers yet, I have a video that you can submit your numbers on, and it also goes over all the rules for the live bingo. So, I hope y'all can join in on that bingo. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be just another bingo. And let's see. Caitlin said she was gonna say Columbia, but that wasn't a choice. It's like Winter Wonderland where Brenda's at. Oh, we have Brenda that not Brenda, Melanie that joined us. Hi Melanie, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And she has coffee with cream and sugar. She's out of her hazelnut. Laura Lee says no idea. Iceland maybe. Sharon says Colombia makes sense. Oh, Roberta says, I just guessed the one that I didn't think it was. That's my luck today. Laura Lee says, we are at -2 and it's cold in the house. Okay, let me see. For some reason, I'm thinking you had submitted your numbers, Samantha. Let me find my notebook. Let me see if I have you. Okay, no, I don't have you. What you need to do is find the video for the bingo and submit your numbers there. I have a specific video for it. And let's see. Melanie's working on a knit scarf. Awesome. And Liz is here. Hi, Liz. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? She says she's drinking coffee without and she's out of creamer. Oh no. I think creamer typically makes the coffee. At least that's my opinion. Melanie says it feels like snow here in Asheville, North Carolina, cold. Might get some snow Saturday. Okay, Samantha, it's 5 numbers between 1 and 75. And make sure you post it on the video that the one with the rules and the sign up video. I have a specific video for it. Roberta says, I'm going to play with a peacock stitch today. Hope to post progress in a day or two. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so the answer to the question was A, Finland. And now I'm going to show y'all some free crochet patterns that I've discovered. Most of them are, I think, were from Ravelry, if not all of them. They're all crochet patterns. So the first one I'm going to show y'all is this patriotic pocket shawl. And on my live last night, I had shown a knitted patriotic shawl, and some people were wondering if there was any crochet ones, and I had mentioned that I had one saved for a pocket wrap. And isn't that really nice? And this is a Lion Brand yarn pattern. But I know I love I love pocket shawls or pocket wraps, whatever you want to call it. And I always love pretty much anything patriotic. But yeah, that's the first pattern. And like I said, the links for these patterns are in the description box of this live. Okay. So the next pattern that I want to show y'all, and I think Roberta's going to love this one. This one is of a St. Patrick's Day leprechaun gnome. Let me pull the picture up. Aren't these just so adorable? I fell in love with this when I saw it. And eventually I want to start trying to make gnomes. I used to not be into gnomes, but lately I see everyone making gnomes and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. And I especially love the holiday ones. But I think those are so precious. I don't know, maybe I'll make next year the year of gnomes. Okay, the next pattern I'm going to show you is a leprechaun gonk pattern. And let me pull that up. Okay. And here's the bigger picture of it. And this pattern is by Ling Ryan. But isn't that cute? And I so love holiday makes. Okay. And the last one I'm going to show you, this one has multiple patterns on it. And they're gnome patterns. See, I told you, Roberta, you're going to love the ones I'm showing today. Okay. Let me make sure it came up. Okay. So let me scroll down. And this one this site kind of has a lot of ads, so I might get some pop-ups that pop up. But here's one of the Easter ones. Isn't that so cute? And then, see, there's another picture of the Easter ones. And I love the colors on this one here. How it has like the green and the pink. I think that's just so cute. And I mean, you can do all sorts of different color combinations on that one too. Well, really all of them. And here's a bunny gonk. Isn't that so cute? The little ears. Okay. And like there's another picture of it. Like I said, I just think the gnomes are so adorable. And I'm gonna have to find out where Roberta finds some of her gnome patterns that she's been making. And this one is a summer vacation gnome. I think this one's cute too. It's like he looks like he's so cool with the sunglasses. And there's another picture of it. And here's a flower gnome. Those are cute too. They kind of remind me sort of this one, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And let's see. Oh, here's another picture of it. I mean, just too cute. And here's one. This one looks kind of a little St. Patrick's Day-ish. But you can also do it different colors too. And here's a garden gnome. And I love the colors. It's like vibrant spring colors. Okay, and here's another picture of it. And this is a pocket gnome pattern right here. And I think that's the last. See, look how cute. I think that's the last pattern. Let me double check though. Yeah, that's the last pattern. But aren't those patterns so cute? Let's see. Let me scroll back up where I left off. And Roberta says, nah, straight up coffee. Couldn't figure out a legal way to do it IV. Yeah, IV of coffee. Liz is crocheting on her spring mosaic blanket. Nice. Okay, Tara, you have an awesome day. And yeah, it seems like y'all like the patterns too that I shared. Melanie says she wouldn't have guessed Finland for that last trivia question. Laura Lee saying, I need to make a pocket shawl. I haven't done one yet. Would make great gifts for the ladies at church. Yeah, I love the pocket shawls. I did one knit one and one crochet one so far. Roberta says, to get the bug, go to Winding Road Crochet. She's got easy ones. Ooh, I'm going to have to check that out. Let me write that down before I forget. Winding Road Crochet. Okay. I got that written down. Roberta saying I stopped crocheting, my ears perked. And Sharon saying that the one pocket shawl she made had skull squares for the pockets. Ooh, Lorley made up a gnome pattern. So that's one, like with amigurumi, I wouldn't know like how to go about making my own patterns, but I also haven't really done amigurumi. The only amigurumi I did was that pink pumpkin for breast cancer awareness. And Roberta says, I have some peach and yellow and mint reserved for one. Ooh. And Vanitza likes the green and pink. Oh, so you play around with them to make them fancier? awesome. Oh, and Amanda joined us. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you drinking your coffee this morning? What type of coffee? And if you're not drinking coffee, what are you drinking? Laura Lee says, I sewed a small bag of beans and put in the bottom so it would sit up well. That's a good idea. Roberta says, once you get the basics down on amigurumi, you can do anything. So true. Okay, so now I'm going to ask some Yorny questions. And the first question I'm going to ask is, what projects that you have either crocheted or knitted have you been the most proud of? Okay, so I'm going to show y'all pictures of the projects that I've been the most proud of that I made, and give me just a moment to get them up. Okay. The one I'm going to show you first is a knitted shawl that I made. Let's see. And this is, I think it's called the Warming Heart Shawl. And Morley Bird has a video tutorial for it. And as you notice, it has little hearts. And when I first saw this pattern, I fell in love with it. And I think I recently shared the pattern on my community page. So if y'all scroll down on my community page, you should be able to find this pattern. But when I first discovered it, it was too advanced for me. And I tried to see if I could find a video tutorial, could not find one. So then some time passed, and I think I was scrolling some of Morley Bird's shawl patterns, and I found a tutorial. Evidently, like they had, she had just put one out. And when I initially started doing this pattern, at first I had trouble following, how to do it. And I was just like, am I going to be able to get this? And then finally it clicked. And I saw what, like, because you kind of had to take part of the pattern and insert it in other spots in the pattern. So that kind of confused me. But once I saw like how it flowed, I was fine. But I love the shawl. And I had used the Red Horde I'm trying, it's spelled like Hygie, but I know it's pronounced differently. It's like Hygee, something like that. But that's the type of yarn that I use. And then when it comes to crochet, let me pull up the pictures for that. Give me just a moment. Where? Okay. Okay. This is the project that I did in crochet that I'm most proud of. It's one of the ocean sea turtle blankets. And I added a bunch of different appliques to it of different sea animals. So I tried to like really make it look like an ocean. And let me show you a few other pictures that kind of divides it up better. So this is part of the blanket here. And let me tell you, Those appliques were not easy to make. Some of them had like 17, 20 pieces that you had to like sew together. And let me get the last one. And this is support that shows like the crabs, more the sea turtles, shark, whale, seal, or that may have been walrus right there. I can't remember. But yeah, that was the blanket. And trust me, that blanket was a lot of work. So like I was like all happy when I finally got it finished. Okay. So let me know what your what projects you were the most proud of that you made. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Okay. I don't know when to come up. Sorry, y'all. Okay, I did read that one. Sorry. Okay, Roberta says, the one I just finished at the time, I always finish and think, wow, look what I did. Sharon says, my owl shawl and my lost souls shawl in black silk with metallic sparkle. Awesome. Maybe I should do a video one day where everyone can send pictures in of like the projects that they've made that they're the most proud of. I think that would be a good idea. Like the favorite, a couple of of your most favorite things that you made. But I probably won't do that until like April. I have a lot of videos already scheduled for this month. Laura Lee says, I think a lot of people can make them, they just don't know it yet. Yeah, a lot of times that is true. That people, you think you can't make something, but especially if you have like the basic skills, you usually can make it. And Lisa says it is 20 degrees and supposed to keep snowing until at least 2 p.m. I'll take pictures later. Awesome. Okay, looks like y'all loving the shawl. Thank y'all. And Laura Lee says probably the calming comfort blanket I just made. I made it baby blanket size. Laura Lee says, gotta lurk. I have to count stitches. Yeah, that's it. I think it's Huga, something like that. I know on the label it tells you how to pronounce it. And Anita says she's most proud of the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls I made for my mom because she loved them so much. Aw. Okay. And thank y'all about y'all seem to be liking my ocean blanket too. And Nancy's here. Hi Nancy, how are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And what type of coffee are you drinking today? And if you're not drinking coffee, then what are you drinking? And Caitlin says a project I'm most proud of is a dragon shawl I made, and my sister took it. Oh, now did you give it to her or did she just take it? Okay, so Roberta likes my idea of a favorite makes video. Oh, we have LaRue here. Hi, LaRue. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And how are you taking your coffee today? And if you're not drinking coffee, then what are you drinking? Exactly, Roberta. Because a lot of times I'll start up a project and I'm just like, what am I getting myself into? And there's that level where I fear that, can I do this? But it's like you take it one stitch at a time. If you don't know how to do something, look up a tutorial. And and if you still can't get it, there's you got Yorny friends you can ask for help. A lot of times if I struggle with something, I'll ask in the Facebook groups. And let's see. Lisa says, I have crocheted tons of blankets, but I am most proud of a lazy diamond boho pocket shawl by Jolie Knots that I made for my sister. Ooh, and I love pocket shawls. Roberta says that calming stitches wasn't so calming. You crack me up, Roberta. And Caitlin says she paid me for it. I should say she took the yarn I was going to use for myself. Okay, you have an amazing day, Vanitza. Okay, so my next question I have is, what was the first thing that you either crocheted or knitted? Well, for me, both it was headbands or hair bands, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to let y'all see a picture of the first um headband or project that I knitted. And this picture, it's not completed. It's still on the needle. That it was where I was working on it, but you can still tell for the most part what it looked like and how far I've come when it comes to knitting. Okay, let me find my tabs. Okay. But this is the first project that I worked on in knitting. Oh, we have a visitor. Say hi, Alley Cat. But yeah, so this is the first headband that I made. And you can kind of tell by looking at the picture that my stitches weren't the best. And then let me pull up the picture for crochet, which that was also a headband. Okay. So that's the first headband or and actually project that I made for crochet. And I also did another one just like this in like a kind of like cream color yarn. But that was my first projects. Like, say hi everyone, Allie. She just wants to hang off my shoulder and sleep. Okay. Let me Okay, what did I it's showing a pin message, which I don't recall pinning a message. I might have pinned something by accident. Frank says the aliens did it. Roberta says, if you I was just going to say that if you can't figure it out, the hive mind on Facebook is always there. Yep. And some people will really go all out to help you. And LaRue says, I am working on a blanket. The pattern is from Bag O' Day. Just finished my coffee. Awesome. Okay. Brenda says, crocheted baby dress and knitted a cable headband. Oh, Maribel is here. Okay, it's your first time here. Oh, welcome. I'm glad you decided to check out my live. So, how are you doing today? And what are you working on? And how are you taking your coffee this morning? And if you're not drinking coffee, let me know what you're drinking. But yeah, first when I saw the name Maribel, I have someone else that that watches my videos named Maribel, and I was thinking that's who it was, and I'm like, but the name's not quite the same. But I saw you put this as your first time here. But yeah, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you joined us. And Roberta says I was 7 and bugged the doo doo out of my mom and picked a daily that even she didn't want to attempt. We learned that one together. That's really nice. And Lisa the Grammy says the first thing I ever crocheted was a doll blanket. I was about 5 years old. Oh, thank you, Maribel. And Anita says Granny Squares when I was little. Oh, we also have Alice here too. Hi, Alice. How are you doing today? What are you working on? And are you drinking coffee? And what type of coffee you're drinking? And if not, what are you drinking? LaRue loves my kitty. We have one with 7 toes on his front paw, and Huey loves kisses. Aww. And just so you know, I do have a pet video that's coming up this month. So if you want to, you can take pictures or send pictures you have of your pets, and I'll do a video showing everyone's pets that submits pictures. But this is my baby Allie. And then I have another cat, Sophie. Sophie's Calico. And Allie, especially lately, she's been popping in my lives a lot. And let's see. Maribel says she's doing fine. She's drinking coffee, hazelnut. Nice. Alice loves her coffee. And Lisa says, I did knit a small bag when I was 6. It was a rectangle that I sewed something. Let's see. Okay. I think I had pinned a comment by accident. Oopsie. Okay, the next question I have for y'all is how long have you been crocheting and or knitting? For me, in May, I'll be knitting for 3 years. And then I'm pretty close to with crochet that I've been crocheting about a year and a half. September will make 2 years for crochet. So I haven't been in the yarn crafts that long. And before that I was loom knitting. But yeah, initially, like the very first thing I attempted was crochet, and I did not get far at all with crochet. And on some level, I thought I would never learn how to crochet. Then I started doing loom knitting because as a child I had one of those little doll looms, and I remember that being real easy. And I was like, let me see if they have looms to make like like regular projects, like adult projects. So I got looms, played around with that, but I always felt like the looms limited you. You had to sew panels together, and then you didn't have as many patterns for loom. So I decided to try knitting. I learned how to knit, but then I kind of experienced the same thing. Like I'd be looking at patterns and I would find a crochet version of what I was looking for, but not knit it. and it made me want to learn how to crochet even more. And I had gotten a subscription to Craftsy, and one of those, promotional ones where you get it for a couple of bucks for the whole year. And I decided to try Selena Baca's lessons. And she was so thorough, and I finally learned how to crochet. I was so excited. Okay, let's see. Roberta says 52 plus years. Learn to knit first. So, yes, I'm old. And let's see. Alice says 50 plus years crochet. Knitting I did in my 20s and 30s, but too hard on my hands now. Yeah, sometimes knitting I find gives me hand cramps, especially like when I'm working with number one weighted yarn with and socks. My hands tend to cramp more with that. And Lisa says, when I was 6, I knitted a rectangle, folded it over, and sewed the side and bottom together to make a bag. I have not knitted since then. It was my grandma's needles she taught me, been crocheting since. Caitlin says, I've been crocheting for 21 years, knitting, still learning. Learned about 5 years ago, but picked back up last year. Awesome. And Maribel's trying to learn to knit. And just so y'all know, I do have some knitting tutorials, and I also have some crochet tutorials. If you look in my playlist, you'll find the playlist for them. And I recently, this past weekend, I did some knit tutorials on how to fix drop stitches, and also did a video on how, like, tips to help prevent drop stitches. And later today, I'm going to do a video talking about knitting needles. So be on the lookout for that video. And Maribel says, I can crochet. It's my passion. Awesome. And Lisa says, my grandma taught me to crochet when I was 5, to knit when I was 6. I'm 58 now. Okay. So the next question I have is, what is your favorite type of yarn? And I would probably go with Lion Brand. I find Lion Brand has a lot of really nice yarns. Um, and I also love the hand dyed yarns. I don't have very many of them, but I think they're beautiful. And especially like using hand dyed yarns and knitting, like with socks, shawls. Okay, Alice, you have a good day. And Lisa says, I plan to learn to knit better this year. Awesome. But yeah, and this weekend I want to do at least one tutorial, if not two tutorials for crochet. Okay. I, I'm noticing I pinned another comment. Oops. I think I know how I did it. When I click on the comments, I hit the store to pin by accident. Okay. Melanie's back. Awesome. Lisa says, I use mostly acrylic yarn. It's what I can afford. Same here, Lisa. And really, like, pretty much all of the hand dyed yarn that I have, usually, like, I've won, like, in giveaways or and things like that. Um, it's, it's typically out of my price range. And if I do purchase some, it's usually like the ones that aren't as expensive. Like you, I know I had gotten some Lion Brands hand dye yarn a while back, but I would love to like have like all sorts of hand dyed yarns, but not gonna happen. Okay, you got to go to Roberta. I hope you have a good day. Oh, Sharon sent me an email. Let me double check that I definitely got it. Yeah, I got your email. Okay. Good, good, good. I always like to verify that I get an email when someone tells me they emailed me. But yeah, oh, LaRue has to go too. You have a good day, LaRue. But I like a lot of yarn. Which this kind of leads to the next question. What is your favorite colors colors of yarn? Um and for me, my favorite colors of yarn, it's usually like blues, pinks, purples. Um I love sparkly yarns. Love me some sparkly yarn. Oh, I also love Christmas yarn. Then I love the cake yarns. I always love the pretty color combinations in cakes. Um, like, oh, you know one that I also love, a brand of yarn, Premier. That's another one I love. I love their sweet roll yarns, and I recently bought one of their DK type yarns. I think Color Fusion. I think that's what it was called. Um, and I am curious, like how they have their fruit yarn. That's neat. Sharon says rainbow. Oops, I just did it again. I'm having fun pinning y'all messages. Okay, Sharon says rainbow, but I like blues. I like blues mostly, I think. Yeah, blues, pinks, purples. And another thing too, I always love like when you take like pink with chocolate brown. I think that's a beautiful color combination. Maribel loves Premier too. Lisa says the Lion brand Pound of Love is soft. There is a blue jean color yarn that I love. And I have been curious about the Pound of Love yarn. I haven't tried that one yet. Because like when it comes to like the solid color yarns, I used to always go with Red Heart Super Saver yarn. But Red Heart tends to be stiff. You know, like if you need a stiff yarn, it's perfect for that. So then I ended up discovering the Big Twist yarn. And at the time, it was a lot cheaper than Red Heart. But unfortunately, now Joann's has gone up in price that you really have to catch it on sale now. So I'm kind of like, I need to find another good solid color yarn that's cheap. Let's see. We have Laura here. Hi, Laura. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And are you drinking coffee today? If so, let us know what type. If not, let us know what you're drinking. Ooh, Allie, Melanie missed you on last night's live. Yeah, she didn't come around yet last night. And Sophie didn't either. Yeah, pretty much every live lately, Allie comes around. And this is what she likes to do. She likes to hang over my shoulder and sleep. Oh, kitty. Lisa says she likes all colors, but blue is most favorite color. Maribel likes to use Red Heart Super Saver yarn for blankets. Yeah, like a lot of people say, the Super Saver is really good for amigurumi. And I know, like I had made this one hat that I really wish I would have used Red Heart Super Saver because you kind of wanted more of a stiffness to it, where it was, you know, it didn't hold its shape as well as it would have with a stiffer yarn. Anita says it depends on what I'm making. I love them all. I really love the Lion brand Mandelas, and I just bought some bamboo blends, but haven't tried them yet. And I love Karen's Simply Soft. Yeah, Karen's Simply Soft is nice. That's a nice yarn. And like I said, I love a lot of Lion brand yarns. They make a lot of nice ones. Okay, Laura says right now in the kitchen. Otherwise, I would be working on blocks. Had my coffee earlier. And Anita says, I love sparkly for kids and earth tones for me. Yeah. I always love sparkly. need some sparklies in the world. Okay. Next question I have is, how did you learn to crochet and or knit? For knitting, I learned from Shondi with expression fibers tutorials. And then from there, when I started doing patterns, I did a lot of Morley Birds patterns. I find, Morley Bird really is good at like showing a lot of stuff when it comes to learning. And that's how I learned how to read patterns in knitting, was from her tutorials, because I would take I'd watch the video tutorial and pull up the written pattern. And the irony is, I really wasn't really trying to learn how to read patterns per se, but I would pull them both up, and before I knew it, I understood how to read a pattern. Um, then for crochet, like I said earlier, I did Craftsy lessons from Selena Baca on Craftsy, and she's like really thorough. Loved her lessons. I mean, she'll teach you how to count stitches, what a stitch looks like. I mean, you're gonna know like your stitches. Your single crochet, half double crochet. You will know it. And let's see, Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And are you drinking coffee? If so, what type? If not, then what are you drinking? Oh, so it's a triple C raid? So how was Dana's live today? It was good? Yeah. I need to go around. I need to go visit one of her lives. It's been a while since I attended one of her lives. And let's see. Melanie says, I learned by sight to crochet when I was 9. My Aunt Peg taught me. I learned to read patterns about 6 years ago. Awesome. And Sharon says, my study hall teacher in junior high and my mom, but I got back into it more about 12 years ago and been learning more from YT knitting, a little from church group. Awesome. Anita says, I learned the basic crochet stitches from my grandma. A lot of stitches I do now, I learned from Creative Grandma. And like one thing, like whenever like I was a kid, I wish I would have had interest in crochet, because like my grandma would, crocheted. Um and even like my stepmom crocheted. And as a teenager, there was one time I tried to play with it, but I didn't really go anywhere with it. And the thing was that like my stepmom was trying to teach me, and she was right-handed and I'm left-handed. And like I couldn't understand, like, Like to me, it was confusing. But the irony is now that I actually crochet, I crochet right-handed. When I actually really learned how to crochet, I learned right-handed. Let's see, Maribel says, I learned how to crochet in high school. Nice. And Laura says, it was excellent. I heard a bit back and forth in the kitchen cutting vegetables for salad. Awesome. But yeah, and now I'm like, especially whenever I was wanting to learn and couldn't figure out crochet, I was like, why didn't I learn when I was younger? Why didn't I learn? Oh, you want to say hi to everyone, Allie? She's like, nope, want to sleep. But yeah, she's been queen bee today. Frank put a box in front of the screen door, and that area that area is where Sophie likes to hang out. But Allie took it over today, and she was on top of the box looking down at Sophie and probably giving Sophie the stink eye because Allie's very territorial and a jealous little kitty. Anita says, I couldn't teach my daughter in law because she's left handed. She learned on YouTube. Yeah. And that was the thing, like my failed attempt, before I was started with the loom knitting and all and knitting. Um, I was trying to learn how to do it left handed. And it was just like it was the end of the row turning and how many chains to do and how many to skip. Like especially that part I just did not get. And I don't even think I was doing the single crochet stitch right. I think somehow I made mine look like a knit stitch. Don't ask me what I was doing. I do not know. Yeah, Mikey can do left and right from Crochet Crowd. And Maribel says, once I learned crochet, I fell in love with it. Me too. Okay, awesome. Lisa says she emailed me some snow pictures. Sweet. And Sandy's here. Hi, Sandy. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And are you drinking coffee today? If so, what type? And if not, then what are you drinking? Yeah. And we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. So, but I am glad you joined us. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Sandy says left handed is easy. And that's one thing, like, I always had trouble with the left handed thing. Because especially when someone would show you stuff like to do with your hands, it confused me. Like having to reverse things. And I mean, and I'm talking about like sports, pretty much anything you do with your hands. So, it was just like certain things I just like would do right-handed because it was easier to learn. But I don't know. I get confused with like hand coordination. Sadie saying it's easy if you're left-handed like she is. But like I am left-handed, but like when I like using scissors, I use right-handed scissors. But that started with now as a kid I did use left-handed scissors, but they would only have like two pairs and there was like three of us that were left-handed in my classes usually. So you always had to wait for the scissors and it just got frustrating. So, I got tired of waiting because I wanted to get my work done. So I just started grabbing the right-handed scissors and before I knew it, I got comfortable with them and now I couldn't use left-handed scissors. Okay. Sandy has coffee with French vanilla creamer, working on luck of the draw afghan. Awesome. Okay. And Sandy says, scissors are the only thing I do with right hand. Scissors are constructed for right handers. And what was funny, like as a teenager, my stepmom got me a pair of left-handed craft scissors because she was like, "You're left-handed, you should be using left-handed scissors." And I'm just like, I couldn't use them anymore because I was used to right-handed. And usually when I did use them, I was using them in my right hand. And I would get fussed at all the time for that. But it was just like I'm not comfortable with the left-handed scissors anymore. And but anyway, okay. It's that time to wrap up. Like I said, I will be doing my shout out video for the month today. And I'm also going to be doing a video on knitting needles today. So be on the lookout for those videos. And if y'all haven't watched, yesterday I put out a new Crochet Tuesday video. So anyway, if y'all haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this live a thumbs up. And please share my live on your social media platforms. And I hope everyone is having a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light and bye.